How's it going?
Nothing too much. How are you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. A little tired, to be honest. I'm hearing some business stuff my dad sent me on. Seeking out potential investors, all that mundane shit, you know?
Yeah.
But, how about you? Who you waiting on?
Oh, I'm not. I'm not waiting. But your father, he's that coal guy,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
You know, I thought I recognized you. Yeah. So how's that all going?
Well, right now a little controversial being coal and whatnot, but I think give it a little bit more time, we could really see some positive changes.
Yeah. Well, I mean, depending on who you ask, it might be a little bit too late for that.
Wow, what are you gonna do, right?
Yeah. Hey, could I ask your opinion on something?
Yeah, absolutely. What's up?
So, I'm in this ethics class, and our assignments are a lot of moral scenarios, things like that, and our teacher presented us with this hypothetical.
Okay.
So, you're a peasant, right? And your father has worked for the king for like 2 decades, and one day, while cleaning the king's chambers, his hounds get out and tear him apart. I mean, just mess. And the king, he gets there, and instead of being like, instead of grieving, instead of feeling sad or ashamed about, this servant who's known him like his whole life, just dying like that, he just gets disgusted. He just sees a big mess on the floor, and with one order, all of those years just get swept under the rug as the cleaning crew comes and takes out what's left of him. Now, you, being this peasant, what do you do? And I mean, that's sort of the question, isn't it?
Wow. Man, that's a tough ethics question. I think there's a lot of things you could do, right? But me, old-fashioned kind of guy, maybe. I'm thinking revenge, right?
Yeah. I mean, yeah. That's kind of. I mean, isn't that what we would all do?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, but revenge. I mean, it's not so like eye for an eye. It's never that simple, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, because what did this king take? He didn't kill the peasant. He didn't kill me, right? He took something from me, right? You have to take something. I mean, if I were to just kill the king, that wouldn't be real punishment, would it? I mean, he'd be dead,
No.
but he wouldn't know, right? So, I mean, what like, you gotta, yeah, I mean, yeah.
So it's got to be like a little bit of like a feelings are kind of balanced kind of
Yeah,
thing.
you gotta restore some balance, right? And I'm thinking, like, what does a king like? What does a king value more than his riches, his subjects, maybe his land? Like, what does he value more than that?
I don't know.
His legacy.
So the peasant would go after the crown prince?
Yes, he would go after the crown prince. But, that takes a little bit of planning, takes a little bit of discipline. So, how exactly do you find the prince? It's not exactly if the king keeps the prince's, whereabouts public, but what he does keep public, or, at least easily accessible, are his larger plans for growth and expansion. I mean, the kingdom would have to be in on it to help him out with it. He needs people for that. So, I got to thinking, the king probably wouldn't want to leave the castle unguarded. I mean, they're not at war, right? But so who would he send to go out and, check out new ventures?
The prince?
The prince, yes. So if I go where the king wants to go, chances are I'll find the prince there.
That's a pretty detailed revenge plan.
Yeah.
I don't know if your ethics professor would take that as a submission, though.
No, probably not. But you do agree, though, that, even everything I've laid out, the specifics of it, that you agree that revenge would be the moral option here.
Yeah.
Yeah. My father, he used to work for a pretty powerful man. Yeah. I mean, kind of dangerous work, but I think he believed in it. He believed that by, checking to make sure those mines were safe and stable, that he was bringing that stability, that safety back home to us, to me and my mom. And for a while, I think that might have been true. But 20 years pass, and my mom dies, and he doesn't see a whole lot of promotion or anything like that. But he likes the family there. He likes the people. Issue was, of course, that said family didn't seem to care all that much when the mine stopped being so safe, when corners started to be cut. And one day he goes in and he doesn't come back out. And mines and the company was already under a lot of fire from environmentalists and the like, so they didn't want anyone finding out about poor safety in one of their mines, and especially that they could have done something about it. It didn't. So they didn't tell anyone. No one found out about it. I didn't find out about it. No. That piece of information was something I only picked up recently when I was watching the news one day and I heard that they were looking for new ventures, exploring new business opportunities, and some upstart was leading the charge, and that and that it was all because of some tragic events that happened out in Martin County. I put the pieces together,